Hey guys, what's going on? So, I just played a tournament battle. This is the first battle that I played today, and they just did a patch, so all my battles that I have previously played, they're all gone. But I just played this one, and it's really funny. So, this person was emote spamming me, I want to say like wave 2, wave 3, and you know what? If this person ends up finding this video, and they're like, you know, I wasn't emote spamming you, you know, like, you know what? If I could ask the developers for one thing, it would be that if you could, like, implement, when you replay battles, that the emotes stay. I don't know why they don't. That feels like a weird thing to take out, because it was part of the battle, and it's part of the thing, and it's just like, but all the emotes are taken out, so it's like when people send emotes, you know, like, you don't see them, because I would love to have all of those, and then to post videos where it's just like the people that think that you're gonna lose, and you don't, and, because spoiler alert, I don't die. I do not lose this game. But for the first, like, 2 or 3 rounds, like, when he was emote spamming me, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna die. And I figured that he probably had a mage robe, and he does have a max legendary, mage robe with all 3, factions on it. So, yeah. If you notice, I basically never have mana, and I start not killing things, and that is the primary source of mana, so it gets even worse than the bad that it already is. And then I just start, like, in that beginning, I was just trying to merge out into, Treants, and that also just didn't work. Like, this early game is just so rough. I end up getting a level 7, what's it called? A level 7 gunslinger before I get 7 Treants. It's crazy. It's just like, it's just everything bad about what a start to this could be, it is. Yeah, there it is. I have a level 7 Treant, and then I summon in like 2 more, but I still need another one. But I had like, what, 4 Treants right before that? It was just like, I just could not summon in a Treant, and it just started, like, really bothering me. We're in a second wave right now, and I now have 6 level 1 Treants. I still don't have a 7th, which is why I'm not using the power, the mana power, and then I get the 7th. And now I'm just trying to get a Scrapper hit, but I have no mana. I miss it there. And so now I'm waiting for another one. I have to do this, like, weird dance of, do I keep the trappers, or do I just use it so that I can get the Scrapper hit, so that I can get, so that I can, use my mana power efficiently? I can use it now, but it wouldn't be efficient. And it would be, there we go. And I catch it, and then I use the mana power, and now they all have 1. And I'm just so far behind what his board looks like right now. He has a level 3, a level 3, a level 2, a level 3. He has a level 3 with 3 counters on it. And he's using what looks like my exact strategy, but he doesn't, I don't think he plays it very often. Or he doesn't have the strategy down, because if he did, I mean, unless he was just playing for short game. If he was playing for a short game, maybe that's a good strategy, but I think if you're using Witch, and I've tried using, he starts, like, super emote spamming me about right here, and I definitely get Grandmastered? Yeah, I definitely get Grandmastered, and have to summon in a new Treant, and I think around here, I start to accept the fact that I'm only gonna have 6 Treants, because then I start using the mana power even though I don't have 7. Like, yeah, like right there. I've tried using Witch in this deck, and I don't like it. I don't think it works. I think that Night Statue, if anything, works better. But this was the reason why the build is this is because it's typical day, so you have no crit damage, which is another reason why I'm doing so much less damage, including the fact that obviously all of my things are level 1s. Yeah, he starts emote spamming me like around here as well. And what I was gonna say about that, in the case that this person does find this video and watches it, yeah, I would have emote spammed me too. I was emote spamming me in my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna win this. There's no way I win this. I was gonna keep those swords, and then I was like, no, I just need the power, and I just need, I need it to go away. I can't be greedy at this point in this game. I'm not even trying to move all my Treants to the left side. I'm using Amulet of Swiftness as opposed to Growth. That's also another like short-term kind of goal. I think that Growth Tile is... I probably should use Growth Tile, and I might switch back. I was using Amulet of Swiftness because I was doing like Night Statue builds, and so with this build, I should probably switch back to Amulet of Growth. Because you can set up literally anywhere and just have an enchant sword somewhere. With typical day, you don't want to run Night Statue, obviously, because of the... you're using Night Statue for the crit, and because there's no crit, there's no point. So half of your Night Statue is just not a thing. You could use it for the theoretical power with the Night Statue stacks, which I don't think are important, or you can use it for the attack speed, but at that point you should probably use a banner, unless you were going to use the Sharpened Spear version, at which point you wouldn't have to run 2 banners, you could just run the 1 Night Statue. I still don't think it's a good idea. I think just powering up your units, because you have no crit damage, is just better. So the slow and the defense reduction on the Trapper, and then the all the things that Enchant Sword gives you. It gives you power, and it gives you eventual attack speed, I think are just better. At this point, he starts giving me the whoa emoji, because I managed to actually get back to what this deck is trying to do. I just need the deck just needs time. It's not that you have like a really bad early game, and I had an even worse early game because of his mana robes and because of me being unlucky. But what's funny about this battle is that my early game is really bad, and my late game is also very bad. But then he dies, and it's fine. But that's what this deck is. It's just like you have to accept the fact that you want to get your Gunslinger to 7 before any of your Treants basically have any power. Obviously that's not the case if you get a large quantity of Treants, which I was not getting, because you could get, in that time, you could get 7 Treants, and then you can get 7, you could theoretically just summon in 7 more Treants, and, you know, use those excess Treants to upgrade your level 1s to level 2s. I just wasn't getting any Treants at all, and then it just made my board look really, really bad. Because it took... That's what I mean by I got a level 7 Gunslinger before I got 7 Treants. You should probably have 7 Treants, and some of them are leveled up. And I had none of them that were leveled up because I just wasn't drawing any. This is where I start to try to board stabilize. I like moving all my things to the left so that it's closer to the gate. Things that are a little bit further away take that extra amount of time animation-wise to deal damage. So the closer things are to the gate, the quicker things will get destroyed. And so if everything being equal, I don't have a Night Statue set up, I don't have growth tiles. Everything being equal, always try to set up your board to the left side. So like if you're running Monk, and you're running like an Amulet of Swiftness or something, the one in the bottom left corner is technically the best place that you want a thing to be. Or if you're running like Dark Inquisitor, for example. If all things being equal, like you're not trying to do you're not trying to have it be in line with a Night Statue, or you're not trying to build on a growth tile stack or a J tile, that bottom left corner and the left side of the screen is the place where you want to build. But yeah, it was around this time that he stopped emoting me. But between his Mage Robes and his counter spell, He has a pocket curse in there as well. I can just show you his stuff really quick. He has a snowflake. He has a level 11 item. Between all of that, my early game was just bad. And I feel like his deck and the way that he's building this, he's trying to set up for early game. Like he wasn't trying to go late game. I think Witch is a very late game card. He does have 16 stacks, which is actually surprising to me. When I was playing without a Harlequin, I wasn't getting any more than like 9 or 10 in a game going into Death Waves. 16 is actually very high, so he must be just getting lucky with his Witch pulls. He gets Grandmastered there. He gets Grandmastered again. This is a really unlucky assassin that I get hit with. I decided to switch out for some reason, and then I lose the gunslinger, and I was like, oh, that's bad. Oh, he's dead. It's fine. He was giving me the congratulation emote after this, the bard clapping emote. But yeah, he has like more crit than me, essentially the same deck, and he has like a snowflake with a snowflake item. I don't think Snowflake is the hero to use. I would either use Gadget or Mermaid. And I don't know. I don't like Witch. I don't find myself getting enough stacks, because Witch is such a luck-based unit, in the idea that if you don't have a Harlequin, you have to summon in 2 Witches to get 1 stack, which effectively, to get 30 stacks, you need to summon in 60 Witches. Assuming that when you're doing Scrapper hits, your Witch doesn't get upgraded so that you can't merge it out. Because then you'd need like a level 2 Witch, and that feels impossible. At which point you just Scrapper that out and then have to summon in 2 more Witches. You could say that, oh, you have Gunslinger, so if your Witch is going to get upgraded, you can switch places and then you still have a level 1 Witch. And yes, you are correct. But you also still have to summon in 60 Witches, which seems very difficult when you have a 1 in 5 chance of summoning in units. And in my experience, like I just never summon in Witches. And so yeah, this is the build that I really like. I like Gadget. I like having infinite Gadget tiles. It's funny that Treant is technically so it's so bad without a Zeus. Like, I understand that it feels so bad without a Zeus, but the fact that I'm able to kind of make it work is really fun to me. It's how I felt about Blooming Dash Blade Dancer when I was playing that and nobody else was. I felt like it was my own like deck, and this build and this like strategy of upgrading a Gunslinger and then mana powering down and giving 7 Treant's power-ups, I think it's a really good strategy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video.